Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that happens twice a week, where for the second week in a row, two old guys talk about old games.
A lot of pressure. Because I feel like the last episode was strong. Barkley Shut Up and Jam, I feel like was maybe not a pinnacle.
A lot of source material.
But yeah, I'm really concerned that this one's not going to be as strong.
Game-wise, banter, excited to talk about it wise, probably not.
Well, we've got a really good stinger in the books. There's definitely some good material there. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, just listen and then hope there's something really good at the end.
Well, I'm your bearded host, Tyler. And, let's talk about the game first.
Oh, what we're talking about?
Yeah, it is Other Shit Monday, which right now is kind of...
No.
It's
Original Flavor Wednesday.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter anymore.
Tuesday. You're right. Because until we find another list, it doesn't matter anymore.
It's Tuesday to us. It's Wednesday for anyone listening on the day it drops. So it could be any day. If you're not listening to this on Wednesday, it could be Original Flavor Thursday or Original Flavor Friday or who gives a shit Saturday.
Original Flavor 2018. I don't know. But today we're going to talk about Mark of the Ninja, a game you played, you told me about a few years ago.
Yeah, man. I got into this game 2 years ago and it's been so long since I played it that I'm really concerned about my capabilities of talking about it. I did try to brush up on it this week, but I only was able to get like 2 hours in. So I'm worried that I'm not going to give the game credit that I think it deserves. Spoilers, I liked this game a lot.
Before we get to what could be an erroneous breakdown, I'm your weird host, Tyler, and I was trying to think. I'd been holding a story because I was waiting for some special guest host to come on, but in lack of not being able to think of anything else, well, fuck it. So
in TADPOG spirit.
Yeah. That's our TADPOG house banner.
Fuck it.
House banner. Well, fuck it.
What are the symbols? on the sigil, the house sigil.
I guess it's beards and glasses, but
definitely beards and glasses.
But the glasses have like eyebrows that are going like.
Okay.
The beard's like dirty. It's got food in it.
Yeah, there's definitely a butthole on this, right? Somewhere there's a butthole, and then
the O in TADPOG is a butthole,
yeah. And then an SNES cartridge. There's one of those two.
But.
And a Tifa doll.
A Tifa doll with the finger just deep inside. But at a place that I used to work, put out a help wanted sign. We needed somebody because we went through some turnover in the kitchen.
So this was a restaurant?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to call it that.
It served food. And I didn't see the guy come in, but a friend of mine did, and immediately had to run and tell me about it. Because I know the HR girl who has to do all the hiring.
Yeah.
Super sweet, extraordinarily attractive girl, but very professional.
Why isn't she on the show? Let's get her on the show. What are we doing? Just you and me sitting here. We have her on the. She probably likes video games or buttholes.
She likes outdoors and Jesus. So
she's qualified to talk about one of those things. Then
that's true.
So what do you do with your butthole when you're outdoors with Jesus?
That's another one for the TADPOG T-shirt bang on the back of a TADPOG shirt.
Nikki stopped listening so I can say things like this again. Until she catches up, in which I'll start policing myself more carefully.
But she, like, super bubbly, like, very professional, like, kind of innocent and professional. And this guy comes in wearing, like, an oversized. It wasn't like a Hawaiian shirt, but it was like an oversized like Tony Soprano-ish shirt and jean shorts and Crocs.
Okay.
His hair bleached, platinum blonde, spiked up, and he has a black goatee. Like a puka shell necklace.
Nice.
Several rings.
You got it with the puka shell necklace.
I mean, he was. Oh, now that I think about it, the shirt was like black, I think, with flames at the bottom.
Okay.
That's how it described to me. So this guy is full on Guy Fieri.
So it's definitely a Guy Fieri impersonator.
Full on. And the thing is, like, I think this is the thing. Like, people love Guy Fieri so much. They. I remember one episode of The Marriage Ref, which lasted one season.
What is The Marriage Ref?
Jerry Seinfeld did it for
What?
NBC. Yeah. It was his show.
How did I miss this? Jerry Seinfeld did a show and I didn't.
It was only on for one season because it was pretty bad. But what Jerry Seinfeld and a comedian named Tom Papa, which I don't enjoy Tom Papa like at all, but he and Tom Papa and then a celebrity guest panel would Skype in these couples that have arguments, like funny arguments, present their sides to each other, and then Jerry Seinfeld, the host, and the celebrity panel would then discuss it and tell them what they had to do. They would settle their argument for the couple.
Can we do that? You and me? Can we do that on Wednesday shows or Monday shows?
Yeah. We'll just live Skype in all the TADPOG couples. Because I know there are a lot of husbands and wives who just sit down and listen to TADPOG together.
Yeah. It's a wholesome family show.
It's good foreplay. That's what we do.
That is true.
Well,
that's not a joke.
Like, it's weird. Like, I remember seeing that like survey that was really weird that like most liberal couples would watch The Daily Show and then have sex. Like that was the general like routine of how they would do it.
Is it like the equivalent of like, I guess our parents watching the Late Show or whatever and that being on while they did it?
I don't know.
Now we have options.
Because I remember The Daily Show talking about it, like, now it's time for Jon Stewart watches you fuck. And it was just him like staring into the camera. But on an episode of The Marriage Ref was a guy who was obsessed with Guy Fieri.
Okay. Like he was one of the panelists or he was the guy calling?
He was the guy calling in.
Okay.
And his wife, it was driving his wife crazy.
Well, yeah.
Because
of course it was.
The guy wanted to be a chef and he wanted to be just like Guy Fieri. So he dressed and did his hair and everything like Guy Fieri. And his signature dish was a crab cake, only instead of breadcrumbs, it was Fruity Pebbles.
Okay.
So,
all right, I don't know, like,
and she was just like, I don't think he doesn't understand the kind of job he's getting into. He's never cooked professionally before in his life, and now he wants to quit his job and be a chef because of Guy Fieri. And I don't like the way he looks and dresses now.
Translation: he doesn't want to work.
But like The Marriage Ref, like Jerry Seinfeld's solution was, there's already a Guy Fieri. There only needs to be one of this shtick. So if you want to be a chef, find a new one. Nothing wrong with being a chef, especially if you make good food. Just pick a new look.
Okay, I see why this show didn't do well. They actually gave advice.
Yeah.
Like legitimate advice.
Most of the time
instead of just making fun
they would
of it.
like make fun of it and banter around and then give what they thought was good advice.
I think that's where they went wrong.
So you need a Bim Bam style. It just gets really bad advice. But this guy comes in and like he sits down, and while he's doing the interview, like even if it's a restaurant, and I know I'm working in a restaurants working back in the back, there's no such thing as sexual harassment or crass language. It's what the fuck ever.
Was it like
back on the line
it's
with
the 1960s
servers.
back there?
Yeah, exactly. People are as racist and homophobic and sexist as you've ever seen.
A lot of Daily Show back there.
Yeah. And every kitchen I've ever been in, that's just the thing.
Yeah.
People just like, no one has any filter when they're back on the line, just trying to be funny, saying just the worst shit you've ever heard. That's just how it is. And
we should have more chefs on the show.
But even in an interview where I know I'm walking into that kind of environment, I'm going to treat the interview professionally.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to cuss. I'm going to wear a suit, all that kind of stuff. I'm not just going to assume I'm going to walk in and then just be the kind of guy that you
really are
when you're busy. Yeah, exactly.
No, I've been to an interview. I know how it works.
But this guy comes in, sits down, and it's just like, yeah, I've had a pretty hard fucking day, but let's fucking do this interview.
Okay.
And like the HR girl is just like, oh my God, she can't like stand this guy. But the owner comes out and like this guy basically charms the owner. He tells the owner I don't know how he knew, but he tells her exactly what she wanted to hear about. Like, she wanted to start like a program with another business, and he worked with that business, and he said he could set up like
Slam and chili dog business.
Yeah, exactly. He said he could set all that kind of stuff up, and he just wanted to come in here. He started at the bottom, and he wanted to, move up, blah, blah, blah. Like, everything he wanted to hear. And the owner was like, okay, you're hired.
I like to think that he tricked her
He did.
into thinking that he was Guy Fieri.
Yeah, Guy Fieri, I'll totally hire you for $7 an hour. That's fantastic.
Look, my show isn't working out that great. I have a confession to make. When he was on that game show, I can't remember what the name of the game show was.
Minute to Win It, I think.
Was that the one that got him the job? Because that's how he became a Food Network chef, right? He won one of those competitions.
Oh, he won, the next Food Network star or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I really liked him on that show. There's my confession. I kind of feel better now. I don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I just don't like to watch him.
I hope to think he is like, he's in the prison of the shtick that he created.
Yeah.
Like I like to think he would love to shave his head and wear some nice slacks
and yell at people
and go to work. Yeah. But he can't because that's not his image that makes money.
Because why not look like a blonde Sonic the Hedgehog? Why not get all the Chaos Emeralds?
But okay, well, Jason also worked with him. So Jason, the owner comes to Jason. It's like
Pac-Man fame,
of Pac-Man fame and Rygar fame. It's like, this is your new dishwasher, and explains the situation. And as soon as Jason sees him, you see Jason's face just fall, just like, oh fuck, what is she fucking doing to me? And so he starts washing dishes, and this guy, like, he out douchebagged the look that he had. Like, he out douched Guy Fieri's look. Like,
how
this guy was such. Okay, I remember because he turns out he's like 45.
Okay.
One, you're dressing like Guy Fieri coming in at 45 years old, and like he was nice to me. He treated everyone else like they were below him.
Okay.
Except for me and Jason, because we had culinary degrees.
Okay.
He thought we were awesome because we had culinary degrees, so we were professionals that he aspired to be.
Okay.
So, and he was eventually nice to Bobby, who I want to have eventually on the show. So people will eventually become familiar with him.
Great.
He eventually was nice to him, but...
I'll ask Bobby about this guy.
Oh, my God.
That's going to be the first thing I say to Bobby who's on the show. What was it like working with Guy Fieri?
Oh. Get a few beers in Bobby, and man, he will fucking go off about this guy. But... because Bobby was the one who told me about him.
That's what the whole show is going to be about.
We could do a show about
this guy. I promise you.
And like, because he comes in...
It's almost the whole this show.
And he's talking to Jason about like first of all, he disses baking, which is kind of, Jason and I both share this. I think it's very stupid for somebody to ignore an important aspect of the business. So for somebody to say,
being baking.
I don't give a shit about baking, I only want to do the culinary side. Like, no, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. It's important to have both. So when he did that, then Jason double wrote him off. Then Jason wanted him to quit after he did that. And I remember one day the guy walks in the kitchen. He's like, yeah, I'm opening my food truck. I was like, oh, are you really? And he tells me all about this. He's like, my food, people tell me my food is fucking amazing. I take like Mediterranean and California food and I make barbecue with those two styles. People say it's the best fucking thing they ever tasted, Tyler. The best fucking thing they ever had. I'm just like, I'm trying to do my prep, just nodding along.
Barbecue is a dangerous area.
Especially
in here. Here, it's you don't fuck with barbecue because that's a big thing here is barbecue.
So him taking California style and Mediterranean, like
that's not gonna fly.
It's gonna be gross.
Yeah.
And in a food truck, like trying to drive around, no. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I think all of us, we should get tattoos.
No.
I was like,
nope.
Okay. What is your idea for a tattoo, Guy Fieri guy? What I'm going to do is I want to get a skull. It's all fire, and it's got a chef hat on. And it's got two chef knives crossed underneath it, and on the bottom it says "Culinary Gangstas." And I just looked at him like, okay, that you should get that tattoo. It's like, you're fucking 45 years old.
Did he get it?
I don't know.
Damn it.
He ended up he quit pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, he can't afford that tattoo if he's not working.
Because one day Bobby's working with him, and he tells Bobby, he's like, yeah, man, do you know I got a book published? Bobby's like, no, I didn't. What'd you write? Poetry. Got my book of poetry published. Who published it? I did on Amazon.
Yeah, that's like us saying, I do a radio show. Oh, really? Who for? Well, I mean, we kind of just do it in Tyler's garage, but
so this guy he was pretty awful, but he's a comedic step in me working in restaurants.
You and I should get that tattoo, I think, and then taunt him with it.
I'm in.
I would get that. That is not a joke. I would I don't want to pay for it, but if there's a TADPOG, I'm not even going to go there because someone might actually pay for it, and then I would have to get this tattoo. I think it'd be a hilarious tattoo though.
Jason essentially got so fed up of him. As soon as he would walk in, the guy would start to say something to him. He'd be like, "Shut the fuck up." And anytime he would remotely fuck up, Jason would just go fucking nuts on it.
Jason would heat up a coat hanger and then stick him in the face with it.
You didn't cut this right. Until eventually the guy was like, I'm not going to be fucking talked to like this, and walked out.
Yeah. Okay, so that's how it happened.
Yeah.
What's up, Internet? I'm Dave. I'm your bespectacled host. Well, my masturbation habits have changed drastically. They've changed drastically. As everyone who is a loyal listener knows, in TADPOG Nation, you know that I now have a son. Mm-hmm. He's almost 3 months old. And my mother has graciously, I'm so thankful that my mother has agreed to watch Henry while Nikki and I work. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So awesome. Because I was just so nervous about handing off my 6-week-old son to just a stranger in a basement and being like, I'll be back for this baby in 8 hours.
I'll give you money to not harm it.
Yes, please don't kill this. So that alleviated a lot of stress. My mom agreeing to do this, which she has said over and over again, she wants to do this. Mm-hmm. The downside is I don't want to sound ungrateful, but she totally lives with us. Mm-hmm. And we're not in a really big house. It's not a tiny house, but it's not a big house. And that means that I pretty much only masturbate in the bathroom now. Or the bedroom, but it's kind of weird. I
keep a sign-up sheet on the annex door, and you just come in and put a time you want to come over and just jerk off. It's
kind of weird. I could go to my bedroom and do it. Another great thing is Nikki does not give a fuck. Some wives really don't want their husbands to masturbate, and that
porn is cheating.
Oh, it blows my mind. Yeah. It blows my mind. But Nikki is really cool about that. So and I can do it anytime I want. But it's weird being in a room with my mom and just standing up and then walking to the bedroom. Nothing is said. Just stand up, walk to the bedroom.
Well, horny.
Yeah. Just close the door. So now what I do is I'm fucking 15 years old again. I revolve my showers around my masturbation schedule. And it's man, if I had an iPad when I was 13 years old, I don't know that I would be alive still. I never would have left the fucking bathroom.
You just get a freezer storage bag.
Yes.
Put your iPad in it. That way you can still jerk off
in the shower. I saw that episode of The League.
Yeah.
But no, I can't do it in the shower. I have to do it outside of the shower. But I kind of feel like the Anne Frank of masturbation.
You're just putting these Tadpog shirts left and right.
But then again, maybe Anne Frank is the
Please
Anne Frank.
write a diary about how hard it is for you to masturbate. Of you trying to do it quietly and you hear your mom stepping around outside.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, and it's it's hard, man. It's hard to keep that mindset that I need to, but somehow I push through. She probably masturbated a lot. Anne Frank.
I was like, your mom?
I don't know, maybe. We could have her on the show, I guess, and ask her.
Anne Frank is the real Anne Frank of masturbation. If she had to masturbate in that house with 7 other people in that attic trying to be super quiet.
Well, throw Nazis in that mix, and it's even more fucking stressful. As an American man, I can honestly say I've never worried about a Nazi hearing me orgasm.
That you know of.
That's true. I do live in Kentucky.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Oh, Mark of the Ninja.
why not? Why not?
Dave, do you hear that?
Yeah. Maybe.
Do you hear that?
It sounds like some kind of train.
Yeah, but they're trying. It's a very quiet train. I don't know if you can hear it at all. It's very good.
Is it a hold the moan train?
Yep. It's a try not to hear you masturbate train.
Okay, I do barely hear that. Let me turn the shower off for a moment. We can all hear it much more clearly. That's the other downside. What really sucks is like, I guess I need to keep a set of earbuds in the bathroom now and like hide them in the toilet tank or something. Cause it's like, now I don't get to hear my porn. And that is like, sorry, I'm going off on a real porn tangent here.
No. You never apologize for that.
Well, it's mainly apologizing to the listener.
I want to apologize to the click of the cough drop that's in my mouth that probably picks up on the mics because I'm still getting over being sick.
Well, that's the trying to masturbate quietly train. That's the gentle schlick. I got to hear that stuff, man. I got to hear the audio. I got to hear that. I can't. I guess it's just like the longer I've just engrossed myself in pornography. Like,
do you do like the Jerk Hero or whatever?
No, I have seen those. I don't like the Jerk Hero videos or like any compilation videos because like what happens is it's a bunch of shots that I'm just not interested in at all. And then there's one that I'm super interested in. And it's like, well, why don't I just stop watching this shit and find that video? So I guess I like it as a research project.
When everyone's gone for the day and you have a whole day to jerk, you can do your research, keep like 20 tabs open.
God, if I could just have a 3-hour block. If I could just have like 3 hours of fucking paradise.
Give your mom some money, send her to the movies. It's fine.
Here, take Henry. There's a baby movie out, right?
Babies love movies. And movie theater goers love babies.
And plane rides. Babies love plane rides. Okay, guys. I'm glad that we hear the Hold the Moan train, ushering in a little segment that we like to call, Dave reads from Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Guys, Mark of the Ninja is a side-scrolling action stealth video game developed by Clay Entertainment. Side note, this is the same studio that did Don't Starve.
Oh, okay.
And back on that episode, I did not know how to pronounce their studio name. And I'm pretty sure that I decided to go with Cly or Clee or something like that.
Uh-huh.
In Clay's Twitter profile, they phonetically tell you that it is Clay. So my apologies go out to Clay. I know that you all listen and totally made it through that long thing about masturbation. So it was developed by Clay Entertainment and published by Microsoft Studios. This is kind of a newer game, especially for us. It was announced on February 28th, 2012, and it was later released on Xbox 360 later that year in 2012. It came out also on Mac OS and Linux. It is a story, Tyler, of a nameless ninja in the present day and features a themed conflict between ancient ninja tradition, that's difficult for me to say, and modern technology. Cutscenes for the game are rendered in Saturday morning cartoon animation style, which I don't necessarily agree with, but okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it didn't strike me as like...
It looks good. I would say this is too cartoony. It looks good.
Yeah. It didn't look like TV Funhouse or anything like, because like I feel like that is like definitely like a riff on Saturday morning.
Yeah. I remember because watching you play this game, and I was like, this does look fun, and it looks impressive.
Yeah. I forgot that you watched me play it.
And I was like, I'd like to try this game. Maybe this game wouldn't be too bad, because stealth games are not my thing at all. I've given plenty of them a fair shake, and I've just never been able to get into a stealth game.
Well, you talked about what Zelda game was it?
Wind Waker.
Okay.
The very beginning, that stealth scene, I was like, nope, don't like this, can't get past it, I'm done. So I still haven't picked up Wind Waker again. I will after I beat Majora's Mask, but because I still want to I still on my beat every Zelda mission. I remember whenever I was at Sam's Club, Metal Gear Solid.
Sam of Megalixer's club.
His personal club.
Yes.
I was there.
Scrubs is playing 24/7.
And they had Metal Gear Solid like 4 or something like that. It had just come out.
Yeah.
And it had been mislabeled for a lot cheaper. So I was like,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get that. So
I thought it was like mislabeled Quake 2.
I love it, getting it. And I remember because it was marked down to like $10 and it was supposed to be like $50 or whatever. And the girl at the kitchen counter like looked at me like, this shouldn't be. Oh, well. Scanned
Is
it.
this guy going to be a dick about this? Yeah, maybe.
He looks like he's going to be a dick
Yeah,
about
he's
it.
going to be a total dick. Look at this chicken head 69.
And, and I would have been. So I got home. I was like, yeah, I'm going to play this. And I played it for about an hour and a half and never picked it up again. Couldn't stand it. Didn't. Stealth just like, it doesn't make sense to me as a fun mechanic. But everything about this game looked really good when you were playing it. So I sat down and I put some hours into it, and I see where it is. The graphics are solid. The controls are tight. You have so many different options. Everything is paced really well, but I could not get into it.
Really?
I could not get into it just because I feel like every stealth game to me feels like, all right, wait a while. Just sit here and wait.
Yes.
All right, press the button lightly to move slowly.
Yeah.
And wait some more.
You're right.
Okay, something fucked up. The whole thing is ruined. Let's start all over again. All right, move really slowly. And I just feel like it's that over and over and over again.
Yeah,
This game wasn't as bad about the move in slowly, but it was, I had to wait a lot for right moments and things like that. And I can't stand doing that.
I think that's fair. I think it's fair to say that stealth games are kind of built around anticipation and are built around building excitement and like building risk, I guess, because one of the things that I love about this game is you do build risk, because if you do get caught and fuck up, you do have to go back to your last checkpoint, and that like building of suspense is exhilarating to me. But I will say that it's interesting that we have different opinions about this game, but I also don't like stealth games typically. But then again, I honestly don't feel like I've had a good amount of experience with stealth games, because like I've never played a Metal Gear game. I know that makes me a non-gamer. I'm now a non-gamer, but I've never played one of those games. And I can't really say that I've got a reason other than I was just interested in different games than that. I was more interested in like playing a fighter or an MMO or an RPG. But I do know that this game answers a lot of complaints, typical complaints about stealth games, where it's like in Mark and the Ninja, like one of the really strong points I feel is if you fuck up in the game, it's not an automatic, you're done.
Yeah.
They do give you a fighting chance. Like if a guard sees you and raises the alarm, you do have a window of opportunity where you can just try to beat the guy up and knock him out. Where it's not like super brutal, because like some stealth games are just like, they see me, it's over.
Yep.
It's just completely over. And I think a lot of games that like aren't stealth games but like have a stealth mechanic to them kind of do that thing. Where it's like really, really heavy-handed. I didn't feel like Mark of the Ninja was heavy-handed with that.
They'll even let you get shot like 2 or 3 times before you're dead.
Right.
So.
It's not just a single like shot and you're done.
Yeah.
I feel like the atmosphere was really well done. And it being a 2D game instead of a 3D game, I think made a huge difference for me.
Yes.
Because the style of the game goes a long way to make this a better stealth game. A big complaint I have in games with stealth mechanics, for a lack of a better example, Oblivion. I love playing stealth characters in open world games.
Yeah, that's true. I could play a stealth character in Fallout and enjoy that.
But I always feel like in those games that I don't get a really good feedback on whether or not I'm being stealthy. I did like how Oblivion had that the icon when you were hiding, and it would light up when someone sees you. But it doesn't make sense to me that it's like you just know that someone sees you, because like someone could be behind you and see you, and then the eye get bright and be like, oh well, someone sees me.
Yeah.
But in this game, they do a really good job of like having visual representation of sounds being made, because like when your character is running, every time his feet hit the ground, these circles emanate from his feet to like give you visual feedback that what you're doing is making sound, and this is how far that sound reaches. And if there happens to be a guard within this circle, they're going to notice you.
Yeah. No, everything technically about the game I thought was great visually. The way they work with light and dark, and having to like throw kunai to knock out lamps and like distract enemies. Like it had all the elements I would want in a stealth game. Like in Wind Waker, I would have liked the ability to have done some of those things and make it easier, but it's not a stealth game, so you can't do that.
Right.
This had all the things that make sense, so it was, while personally I didn't enjoy it, I think anybody that is remotely into stealth would totally love the shit out of this game. Like very, very much. And even if you're iffy on stealth, I think you should try it. Like I fully encourage anybody to pick this game up. It's cheap now.
Yeah,
on Steam.
it's not very expensive. At least on Steam. I can't speak for the other.
I think I got it on a humble bundle for like a few bucks.
Yeah.
So yeah. I was interested to see where the story went, because I enjoyed, like, I got past the first few levels and saw your main character has that sacred tattoo.
Yeah.
And then it's, the different factions about what you're gonna side with.
It is interesting. The story is interesting. I think the concept behind the tattoos is actually more interesting than the story itself, because it's all about this toxic flower that they found, this toxic plant that they use to make tattoos with, and by accepting the tattoo, you are pretty much accepting death, because the ink is toxic. It will gradually make the ninja crazy. It'll drive them insane. So they agree to be killed before they go crazy and do something to hurt their clan. And that's kind of like, that's the crux of the story, because your character, this nameless ninja, has accepted one of these tattoos. And
so I guess it's the reason for your daring as a ninja, like you're going to die anyway. So you're pledging what's left of your life to this endeavor.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really comes into play later on in the story, because things do get weird. Things get weird, and they kind of put you in a position where it's like, wait, are things as they appear, or am I hallucinating because of the toxins?
There's an element in the Wheel of Time that does that too that I really, really enjoy. There are these
Is it when that guy goes crazy and then walks up those stairs
with a knife that, I didn't kill my kids. It's fine. I'm gonna go up here and kill myself. It's fine. No, and there's this this other continent far away that they are.
What's up, Jon Turley?
Jon Turley has walked into the studio.
You want to record with us? Sure. All right, sit down. Sit down right there.
What are we talking about tonight that I don't know shit about?
Mark of the Ninja. Mm-hmm. You know things about ninjas, right?
And people named Mark.
I've seen ninjas.
We're talking about a guy named Mark Ninja. He's a very good guy.
All right. Yes. We got John. Impromptu John.
Man, it shows you how desperate they are for anybody.
Anybody.
A wild John appears.
If no one's listening to us, Dave and I are like an old divorced couple having dinner, just silently hearing our forks scrape against our plates, and we don't say anything across the table.
Man, I haven't made it through. I just started on the last episode that you guys published, but I have listened to one before that. Yeah, Barkley.
Oh man, that's a free game, John.
I don't know. Hey man, I was already laughing. That story. The tampon I was like, God, that's terrible. And then you're like, well, hey, it's better than no sex, right? Well, yeah, it was better than. Of course, it was.
Hurt your dick sex is still better than no nice to your dick sex.
Still, you had sex, so it's still better than
Doesn't
no
matter, had
sex.
sex. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. But no, the episode before that, you guys had Blake on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't express the pride that I felt when he was explaining what a truck was on a skateboard. He said, "I'm playing the role of Jon Turley." I was like, "Yes, fuck yeah, yeah." So, our buddy Will Alonzo, he was a skater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like into it seriously for a long time, and he used the term truck blast like more than a few times when referring to.
That means an entirely different thing to me.
It's where you and six of your buddies come on a girl's face in a truck bed.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
It's weird that I was thinking the same thing. It is now because Tyler and I were both thinking the same thing.
Oh wow.
Someone please post that on Urban Dictionary. Truck blast.
Western Kentucky only. Yeah, that's good. But no, like he told me several stories of like people that had fucked with his friends, and he was like, "Yeah, my friend just fucking truck blasted this kid right in the face." So I was like, "Oh well, I know what he's talking about." Yeah, that shit hurts. So yeah, brutal.
We're talking about Mark of the Ninja, John.
Okay.
What did you think of it?
Now, when exactly did it come out? Have I missed the man? I don't even know. Where
You missed
1954.
You missed the Dave reads from Wikipedia train.
Yeah,
so you don't know shit about
No,
this
I
game.
don't know shit about Mark of the Ninja.
It came out in 2012, John. Weren't you listening to the...
From the title, Mark of the Ninja, what do you think it would be about?
Mark of the Ninja.
John predicts games based on their title.
I like this new segment.
This is gonna be really bad. I mean, I gotta say, like, maybe it's just because you were talking about Barkley, Shut Up and Gaiden, but I just think a side-scrolling beat 'em up, But
Okay.
Got the side scroll.
Side-scrolling's right.
Side-scrolling, okay. Is it a platformer or what?
It's a stealth game.
Oh,
It's a stealth game. Do you have an opinion on stealth games?
Man, the only stealth game I played was like, if you can even consider it a stealth game, which
Counter-Strike.
I guess you can. Yeah, I use the suppressors a lot in Counter-Strike, so that's totally a stealth game. No, I played like the first Hitman, like half of the first.
Oh, that counts.
Hitman.
Yeah, Hitman
Yeah,
counts.
I mean, that was you. You didn't want to make too much noise because shit would get.
And you were hiding bodies and stuff in Hitman.
Right, yeah.
Which is something that you do in Mark of the Ninja. You can. There's a lot of different things that you can do to like hide your presence, which I think is really cool. Because you can hide bodies, because if you leave a body out and a guard wanders by it, he will totally raise the alarm.
Yeah.
And also it goes back to us saying that it's not really brutal, because when a guard is alerted about something, he will eventually give up.
Yeah, that's true.
The little timer will appear above his head, and it'll count down like as he investigates. And like while he investigates, like by the time that timer runs down, if he hasn't found you, he'll go about his own business.
Oh, wow.
Which isn't really realistic, but it's a good element for the game.
Okay. So it really did.
Well, that's what I do if I hear something like outside or in the house. I get up and I look for a little bit. Oh well.
It's what my mom does when she hears me masturbating in the shower.
When you see the timer appear above your head, fuck. Okay.
Oh shit.
So it really did come out in 2012. It's like a new.
Yeah,
game?
it really did come out in 2012.
All right. What like platforms was it on? Was it...
A bunch of stuff. It came Windows, Mac OS, Linux even.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking throwing a bone to those Linux users, huh?
It came out on 360, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And I totally recommend it to you, John.
All right.
Play with a controller.
Okay.
Yeah, play it with a controller.
There's no way I can play with a keyboard.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Really? Oh man.
It's really cool because like
with a controller.
You mentioned the controls being tight, Tyler, and I agree. I don't think they're intuitive, but like what's really cool is the environment's really interactive. So like if you get near something that you can interact with, the button you need to push to interact with it just appears over it. So it always kind of feels like you're improvising a little bit because it's not like a quick time event or something like that. But it's like if you go by a pot, like a potted plant, and you can hide behind it, like the B button will appear over the plant. So if you're near it and hit the B button, it'll just execute an action where the ninja you're playing as hides behind it.
I fucked up the stealth kill like every time.
Yeah.
Because you go up and you have to press so you have to walk up pressing forward and then grab them and press back and X. I fucked that up every time and I would get dirty kill or whatever because
peasant's death.
Yeah, I miss and then they fall down, so then I have to hold them down and stab them in the throat.
It's pretty violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, the takedowns are pretty violent. Yeah. It's surprisingly so because the animation isn't I'll go back and say it's not Saturday morning cartoon, but it's also not super gritty or anything like that. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. If you could describe, can you describe the graphics of the game a little bit? What does it look like?
It looks
compare it to
it looks hand drawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it does. I say that, but it also totally screams Flash game to me.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad, in a derogatory way.
No,
but
I've played some decent Flash games.
But it does say Flash game to me because it's all vector art. So
Okay,
everything's simplified, but it's beautiful. It's just in the animation is where I can really tell that things were tweened and not hand drawn kind of deal.
No, if it's done right, that stock can look really good.
Yeah. I love Newgrounds for a while.
Yes. I meant to mention Newgrounds when we were talking about Hateful Boyfriend. Because that is the only.
Man.
What'd you think of that episode, John?
I thought the episode was great. I thought the game sounded. I don't even want to get into it.
It's your video
my
game equivalent
God.
of Dharma and Greg. That's about how
Oh, was it that bad?
Wow.
Was it that bad?
because I know how much John just loves Dharma and Greg.
Oh God, that
John, I think
fucking
you and I
show makes
feel-
me sick to my stomach.
I think before
God.
you are infamous among your friends for your political rants, but before I ever heard one of your political rants, I heard your Dharma and Greg rant.
I don't even remember it. I don't even remember. I just know that I fucking hate that show. Everything about it. Just everything about it. Jenna fucking Elfman. that fucking dude that played Dharma. That's
No, I think he was Greg.
Oh, Greg. Yeah, sorry. I might have had a beer or two before I got here. No, that guy. The writing was so goddamn bad. Sorry, go ahead.
I just remember I was at your house, I was flipping through, and I was I guess Dharma and Greg's on, and you had something in your hand. I remember you threw it on the couch, and immediately just started bitching about Dharma and Greg.
The words not under my roof were muttered.
Well, sorry about that. But, no, man, there's just no
That
place.
fucking hippie bullshit, and the guy's all fucking straight laced. That's gonna work in the real fucking world.
Yeah, I was not a fan. Okay, hang on. I got asked a question at trivia tonight. Do you know the name of the guy from Mike and Molly? The name of the actor that was in Mike and Molly that played Mike?
I know a ton of shit he's been in.
You
but I don't
know
know his name.
more shit about. I was who the fuck knows that guy? I know Melissa McCarthy. She'd been in other shit. I've never seen that guy in anything.
He's been in a
else.
lot of stuff. I've seen him in other stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
He's sitcom support. He's been in a lot of stuff like that.
Has he been on King of Queens or something?
He was on that show.
See, I was trying
Yes,
to think
ma'am.
of something.
He was on Yes, ma'am. That was the guy. It was Mike O'Malley and his wife. They were the trashy, couple, and they moved in with her sister was they were the straight laced,
I was just
whatever housewives.
I just wanted to see if
couple.
you knew that.
No, I don't
because
know
I
his
was
name.
man, Tyler is the one. Tyler knows more shit about sitcoms than I will ever know. He's forgotten more about.
I have
will
a
ever
certain
know.
sitcom threshold, and Mike and Molly is below it.
It's okay.
2.5 Men and Mike and Molly are far below my sitcom threshold.
Yeah, man. Have you watched one of those Ashton Kutcher episodes?
I think I might have
train
seen.
wreck.
I want to see the final episode just because I've heard they didn't give a fuck anymore. And like the writers just like fucking
Just phoning it
just
in.
like they didn't care when Charlie Sheen left. They were like, oh yeah, he died. Fuck it. All right, here's Ashton Kutcher. The last episode, they also just didn't give a shit anymore. So
Okay.
I hear that it's
That might be
funny in the
humorous.
fact like they just didn't care. So I want to see it for that.
They gave up.
That will probably be the only full episode I've ever seen if I watch the finale.
Okay, yeah. I've seen like maybe a couple episodes when Charlie Sheen was on it.
I think they should have spun it off into a reality porn show.
browsers should have picked that shit up.
Well, I mean, why not?
Oh yeah.
Billy Gardell, by the way. Billy
yes.
Gardell.
Yeah,
I
that was
had
the
to look
name.
it up. Don't say nice. I totally looked it up. I didn't want to leave all the listeners hanging. Like, who was Mike?
Or somebody Tony's in his car screaming, Billy Gardell! Causing a tadpog. You fuckers need to know your Billy Gardell shit.
Disappointed in you. It's Billy Gardell.
I know chemistry and Billy Gardell trivia.
Billy Gardell, #1 fan.
Anyway, about the game.
Well, I was going to talk about Wheel of Time, how it was like Mark of the Ninja.
That is where, okay.
Because they're another continent, they have like different superstitions and beliefs and things like that. And they have an elite group of assassins where they can put on this magical ring that basically it makes them so stealthy they can hardly be spotted. But in turn, they die 10 hours later. So they're very rarely used, but like,
So this
even
is like
when
in plain sight. It's like a
Yeah.
fucking cloaking device.
and if you
right?
happen to see them, you sort of look away from them.
Oh.
Like you don't like your mind just kind of walks around.
Avoid
them. Like
incarnate.
their heart, almost. Because I think dozens are in the book, and like I think one gets killed, maybe. Like
Well, there's probably more than a dozen.
You just didn't know it.
yeah, that's true. You're probably right.
Robert Jordan just trails off as he's describing a character, and that's how you know.
You know that one guy? He just.
He had a shirt on, and well, hey, look at that lady.
Hey, there's the one power. All right. Hey, look, there's Billy. What's the guy?
Gardell.
Billy Gardell. Who's the other? Billy Zane. We're talking about famous Billies.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh yeah.
Billy Crystal. Let's just play this
Billy
game.
the Blue Power Ranger.
No, I want to go back to some of the gems that Billy Zane has done. 'Cause, he's done some good stuff. Not really. No, I don't
See,
wanna
seeing
talk about
him
that.
bald is still jarring to me because I'm so used to him having like hair in Titanic. That's
he
the first
bald
thing I saw him. Everything else, he's bald.
The best thing that I've ever seen Billy Zane in was one of the Tales from the Crypt movies. I can't remember. I just remember he's like he's like a demon or some shit. And man, I haven't seen this shit since I was like fucking 15. So, and I'm old. So I could be fucking this up badly, but I just remember him like wearing this like cowboy hat and shit, and he's trying to like convince. I think it's Dennis Miller. Maybe.
Oof.
Something. Yeah,
That's a combination.
and like he fucking starts ripping the clothes off, and he's like, "Fuck this hoe down, po down bullshit," and he starts like just becoming a demon or whatever. And I just remember thinking, haha, that was kind of funny.
You know what's fucked up? I remember Dennis Miller the most from The Net.
Oh
I've
my
never seen
god,
that. I
He is in
remember-
The Net, right? Like, I'm not totally making that up.
I think so.
And the reason, please verify for me.
I think that is it.
The
yeah.
reason being is because his character in that movie is allergic to penicillin, and I am allergic to penicillin.
I identify with you, Dennis Miller.
Exactly.
I also like the internet, and I'm allergic to penicillin.
Yeah. Dennis Miller, The Net was like the fourth. Like when you type in Dennis Miller, it's like the fourth one down.
What's the top one?
He is Charles Wink. Wait, no,
Oh, I
that's
couldn't
somebody
name.
else.
I couldn't name his character,
Sorry, Charles Winkler's the actor. Damn, he's down there.
but he is in the movie.
It's
If he's not, it's gonna drive me
on,
crazy.
hang
Like, I'm gonna have to get on Reddit and be like, "What movie was Dennis Miller in and had penicillin?"
Another
it's
a
got
good
9 more. Maybe there's some.
Jacob of Wolffighting fame has a pretty good Dennis Miller rant
Really?
because I feel like Dennis Miller, I think, sort of broke his heart.
Did Dennis Miller crossed him?
Basically, whenever like he loved him on Saturday Night Live, he liked his stand up, but whenever he went
Yeah, he was
super
there.
Republican, I remember that being like,
I can definitely see that being a problem
yeah,
for Jacob.
that was Jacob was like, oh, he went from being funny to like just being on Fox News talking about how the for the war in Iraq or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to get into all that shit, but no, man. Like I'm pretty conservative, but I listen to his talk show, or I try to, and I'm just man, it's just fucking boring, man.
Yeah.
It's just there's no life to it at all.
I've never
It's
really
just
enjoyed
dead.
anything Dennis Miller. Like, I didn't like him as the anchor on Weekend Update. Like, I thought he was
I
on
liked him
Weekend.
on Weekend
he
Update.
was weak on
Really?
Weekend Update.
I thought he
yeah.
was good.
He was-
Norm Macdonald. For
yeah, I
me,
was about
Norm
to say,
Macdonald is
yeah.
like, and I think for the first time in a long time, I'm into SNL, and like I totally fucking owe it to Ghostbusters. Like, because like when they announced the new cast for Ghostbusters, I was like, I need to like see these people perform.
The,
Who is it?
the
Who is it?
female
I don't even know.
Ghostbusters.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I can't remember their names. Tyler, I know you know
Kristen
all of them.
Wiig.
Right.
Okay, I like her.
Melissa McCarthy.
Right.
I like her.
The new black girl on Saturday Night Live, which she's really funny.
She's hilarious.
I'm really glad she's in. And she's like 50 or something. Like, she is a real outlier for Saturday Night Live to pull her in. And
Isn't it like
she's
Leslie
great.
something or
Leslie something, yeah.
Leslie something?
Leslie something. And I want to say, like, maybe it's Wendy McClendon Covey is the other one. The blonde
Blonde.
from Reno
Reno
911.
911?
I think
Okay.
she might be the other one.
No, I don't think so.
don't think so?
No, it was another SNL cast member. They're all tied to SNL.
They were all SNL.
It's this is awful. The one where Tyler, John, and
Oh.
Dave stumble around.
We just Google celebrities.
right.
We just IMDb celebrities for an hour.
Now this says Anna Faris and somebody else.
No, right?
Well, she might be in it. Okay, Kristen
She's-
Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon.
Oh, Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, she's-
I should remember. Kate McKinnon
Yeah, she's
is
attractive.
She is also fucking fantastic. on
Leslie
Saturday Night Live.
Jones.
Yeah.
Leslie
and
Jones.
Leslie Jones.
Cicely Strong.
Cecily.
Oh, Cecily Strong is
I
in
didn't
it?
know she was in it
I didn't
either.
know. Yeah,
She must be the new
Slimer.
Slimer. Janine. I bet she's
Anna
the new
Faris
Janine.
is the new Slimer.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Is Annie Potts dead?
Yes.
Oh
Man,
God,
that
no.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm disappointed.
You both looked at me like he probably doesn't want us to look that up and move on with the show. So, but I sincerely tell you that Annie Potts is dead.
No, I looked at you like that because I was like, should I make a joke? Are they going to put her ghost in the movie?
Yeah, but it's her designing women's character.
Right.
They don't know why they made that choice.
Delta Burke, no. Is Delta Burke alive?
I believe she
How is Delta Burke alive?
I want to say
And
like
Annie
know,
Potts
right?
not alive.
I know.
Annie Potts and same way. What's the guy's name? He's also dead, I believe.
Oh yeah, he died not too long ago. I think, right?
I think Delta Burke might be the last one. I don't remember hearing news about her dying. So surely there's got to be a last one standing between Betty
Yeah.
White and Delta
Yeah.
Burke. About
Man, it might be Betty White though.
Oh no, dude. Well,
think it's
Betty
gotta be.
White's older than Delta Burke. I know that.
I read today on Reddit that she's older than sliced bread.
yes, she is.
Are you fucking
That
kidding me?
is literally true.
Oh my god.
According to the internet.
I think sliced bread was like 1934 or something.
No,
like
it was earlier than that. It was like 24 or something like that. She was born like 1922.
Damn, she was. She was born January 17th. Like
Early
early 1920. She was almost born in 1921.
Do you think
crazy.
she appreciates all the only 20s kids will get this reference? And it's just like a hoop and a stick or
Man,
something.
I am gonna be like genuinely sad when Betty White dies.
Oh, fuck
I'm
yeah.
gonna
You're
be-
assuming she will. We don't know.
Yeah, yeah, who knows? I don't know. But like, I saw this thing the other day. I was watching the History Channel, and they showed David Carradine, and it made me kind of sad that David Carradine was dead.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's fucked up. Like, that's like the true sign that you know that you're getting old is like when like all these celebrities that you knew from TV when you were a kid are
Right.
just dying. And it's just like, oh, fuck, I have to struggle with my mortality now.
Well, David Carradine was like what, autoerotic asphyxiation
Yep.
or something.
Yep.
So, I mean, that wasn't like natural causes. You know?
I don't know. Ask Annie Potts that. I have no idea how she died. I'm going to go on the record and say I have no idea how she died. Nor am I convinced that she is dead.
We can confirm it. Well, we may as well.
I'm sure you're right. I hope
think
you're
you're
wrong.
right. I think you're right.
Tyler and Dave and John look shit up.
Yeah.
Talk about the mortality of Annie Potts.
You guys just want to do Marco the Ninja some other time?
Annie Potts cast?
I was hoping you had already talked about this game a lot before I got here.
No. Anyone coming into this episode with like Oh God, Mark of the Ninja enthusiasm. Man, I'm sorry for this. But hey, if you're like one of our regular listeners, you're welcome.
You know
I feel
what's
like we
up.
covered it the mechanics and what we think of it well enough.
What? I feel like that 45 seconds
I
is
feel
pretty
like that was all right.
strong.
I feel like you know the game is good and you should play it.
You're ready to call it, aren't you?
Well, I mean, we talked about the tattoo guy more and the rest of the story. Otherwise, I feel like our mechanics and things like that, we talked about those. We're pretty good.
Well, I guess that's fair.
We're basically game journalists at this point.
I do have one other point about the game that I want to talk about before we go back to talking, like Googling dead celebrities. And that is what I like about this game is that there's no difficulty setting, but as you play the game, you kind of choose how difficult you want it to be. Because they do offer up little challenges that you don't have to take. And they're more meaningful than achievements because they do have an actual in-game effect.
Yeah.
But there are, when you start a level, each part of the story is kind of set in a stage. And at the beginning of that stage, they give you things that they suggest you do. And if you do them, you gain rewards. You'll gain points, but you'll also earn honor. It's a currency. Honor is a currency that you use to purchase upgrades and upgrades to your equipment. Like there are distraction tools that you can purchase, like firecrackers. You can purchase firecrackers and use them to distract guards. You can throw them, and then you can further upgrade
And it's
them.
limitless, right? And you have tools like that. Like I think kunai is limitless.
Kunai's, not all of the tools are limitless.
Okay.
I think kunai is like maybe one of the only ones.
Okay.
But the tools that you purchase usually have like a quantity of 3 or something like that. You can purchase flares with honor. You can purchase all kinds of things to distract your enemies. And then there's another set that you can purchase from, which are like traps and stuff like that, which is my favorite because you can start like being really creative. Because one of my favorite things to do is stealthily set a trap, throw a firecracker on the trap, and a guard will walk over it, and then the trap will spring, and he'll be impaled.
Huh, okay.
So it's like you don't even have to do a regular takedown with your sword. You can just start doing stuff like that. There, you can also unlock different paths. Did you have a chance to do that? Mm-mm. I think you would really, if you can make it to the point in the game where you can start getting new paths, I think you might actually enjoy it because it changes the play style. Because you start out as just like straight up vanilla original flavor ninja.
Okay.
And original flavor ninja has a sword that he uses to kill enemies, stealth kill enemies. He has like one distraction item and then one like, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a weapon item, the trap.
Okay.
But then as you keep playing, you can unlock different paths that modify that formula. And there's one that's all about, it's not about stealth. It is pretty much all about takedowns.
And I probably would. You're right. I probably would like that
He's
more.
wearing like, and the costumes change depending on your path. And like that one, most of the costumes are all like black and dark and sleek. This one is white. It has a big white Oni mask that he's wearing, and it's like Path of the Hunter or something like that. And he has his weapon, and then he has 2 like offensive tools that he can use. So it's kind of like it's kind of build your own game. Like, do I want to play super stealthy? Because on the opposite end of that spectrum is something that's really, really alluring to me, but I just can't get the hang of it, and that is a ninja that has no sword. So you cannot do takedown kills, but they have 2 distraction. They can choose 2 distraction items instead of 1. So it's all about complete stealth. Just getting through that stage completely undetected. Okay. I think it's like Path of the Shadow or something like that.
So that is very, very appealing.
So I wish that was introduced earlier on, because I feel like you're probably not the only person who feels this way. Like, I mean, if you don't like stealth games, you probably will like this one more than your typical stealth game, but you're still probably not going to love it. Yeah. So it would be kind of nice if this was an option like right up the front, where it's like, just play how you want to play.
Yeah. Oh, I like that a lot actually.
So I thought that was cool and worth mentioning if you're on the fence about the game. All right, now back to dead celebrities.
According to the internet, which is right about everything.
According to AnniePottsLibs.net.
Annie Potts is still alive.
What?
She's 62. That's what it says.
Huh.
And
I could've
this is
swore, like, she
apparently
died. Okay.
a recent photograph of her.
She looks damn good for being 62.
perhaps- see that.
Perhaps highly airbrushed. Perhaps I'd hit it.
What's really funny about this photograph
Mainly
is
because it's Annie Potts, though, and I've got all those designing women members.
look, man, everything in this photograph looks real except for Annie Potts. Like, look at that. Like that bush in the background and that house, and it looks like she is just like straight up super like
She's
shot in a
perfect.
studio and superimposed.
It's a green screen. I mean, yeah.
Let's see
She's,
if I can find something else. Well, okay, she looks a little more 62 in this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in that photo, she
But-
kind of reminded me of Susan Sarandon,
Right. I can see that.
who I still think is really
Oh
attractive.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Susan Sarandon and Suzanne Summers.
I've never been
Okay.
never been a Suzanne Summers guy.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Suzanne Summers didn't turn my crank either.
She has some wet T-shirt pics I found on Reddit that are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
She is up,
Show notes.
She is up my alley.
Yeah. Okay. Really interesting. Yeah. There's Annie Potts, business professional.
I like a designing woman in a good pantsuit.
I'm sorry we
Yeah.
thought you were dead, Annie Potts.
Come on the show.
You probably are going to have a really bad time.
You can do designing women cast for that one show.
No, we will watch Annie Potts. We'll watch your entire filmography. Come on, it'll be like a fucked up version of Inside the Actors Studio. with Annie Potts.
There's one caveat. We only talk about wet t-shirt contests with you.
So during Ghostbusters, what's the biggest penis you've ever had?
Well, good. I'm glad she's alive. I want her to be in Ghostbusters. She's got to have an appearance in Ghostbusters.
Man, I hope so.
So there were already achievements in this game.
Yeah, there were achievements in this game. And Steam trading cards, if that's your thing.
Yeah, I got a lot of Steam trading cards, but I'm not playing this game that long. I got like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Because I don't own any fucking current gen consoles. Do you only get achievements in Steam games, or do you,
No.
you get achievements on like Xbox?
Pretty much
Live
everything
and
now.
stuff?
Like
Okay,
Xbox-
everything,
Well, not Wii,
Oh.
but
Yeah.
No
Xbox
Wii.
started that. Like,
Okay.
and then,
Oh,
man,
really? I thought
with
Steam started that.
PlayStation,
No.
Steam, Xbox, Vita. You get
Oh, okay.
achievements in Vita. So
Man.
that was a big fucking deal. Like, I feel like that was a legit drawing point to the system for the
Oh, okay.
360. Because, like, I remember achievements like like myself included, like going nuts over achievements because it was like for a short period of time, because it was one of those things where it's like, oh shit, there's a game on top of a game.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought was really
Yeah.
cool. But then I experienced it and it was like, oh man, it's like just collecting 50 globes. I thought it was going to be for
this
doing
is
cool
some
shit
bullshit.
in the
Yeah.
game.
sometimes it is. Most
Yeah,
of the time it's not.
Hey, Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
Man, I've had so much fun uncovering myths of Hollywood stars tonight and talking a little bit about ninjas. Talking a little bit about ninjas. If you were to give this game Mark of the Ninja, by the way, since we talked about it for like 4 minutes, I feel like we got to remind you of Mark of the Ninja.
Well, 4 minutes at a time. So we have 3 strong Mark the Ninja.
Yeah.
There's 12 minutes of solid
Yeah.
content
Yeah.
in this episode, right?
I'm just it's cool. I'm cool with this. I feel like everyone at this table is cool with the amount we've talked about Mark of the Ninja. I'm just saying this so that this is our out for the listener who actually wanted to hear about Mark of the Ninja. They're like, I connect with this Dave guy who's allergic to penicillin, likes the internet, and also is very truthful about the amount they talked about Mark of the Ninja. If you were to give this game a beard, Tyler, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would have to not give it a beard made of hair. It would just have to be the long shadow coming off of somebody's face, because I feel like hair, a ninja beard is going to be, it's not going to work. It's going to rustle, or it's going to, it's not like a cat's whiskers, so you can't like use it for a good purpose, and it's just going to kind of get in the way, or somebody can grab it if you're having to stealth kill somebody. So it has to be a shadow beard.
Are there any ninjas in Naruto who have a beard? Are they all clean shaven?
There's one that has like the handlebar kind of goatee thing.
Yeah. A Van Dyke?
Because he has the
Fu
mustache
Manchu
is
type
shit.
thing,
The
or-
mustache isn't there. It's just the
Oh,
goatee
okay.
that connects to the sideburns.
The chin strap.
The chin strap. There you go.
Okay.
The character has that, but I think that's all the other ninja are pretty much clean shaven. And the guy that has the chin strap dies. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then there. I guess that proves it. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
Well, it would be. It's the same kind of glass that like a welder's mask is made of, but it's more in
Okay.
glasses form, and it's so the ninja can throw flashbang distractions and not blind himself.
Okay.
So
Well, that's
it's-
got to be Dwayne Wayne style, where you can.
Oh, don't
Flip
even. Don't even. I still want those, man. Don't even.
But yeah, you couldn't. You man, have you ever looked through a welding mask? Like you can't see shit.
not in a long time. I remember I used to play in one in my dad's garage, and that didn't work out very well.
You're not supposed to see anything through the blast shield. Star Wars.
Okay, sure.
But with the blast shield down, I can't see it. Shut up, you little bitch.
And we know how much it is on
That's Star
Steam.
Wars
Just a
canon.
few bucks. It's good. Get it. I encourage anybody to try it. Wait till it's on a humble bundle.
How much was
humble,
it?
humble bundle? A humble bundle, and give it a shot.
How much was it?
I got it for a few bucks.
Really?
Yeah, I bought it on sale when it
It
came
sounds
out.
like it'd be worth that. Just a little bit.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I've heard.
Absolutely.
You will pretty much know from the get go if it's a game for you or not.
I don't know. Do they do like the little demo thing where you can play like through a level or something?
Some games have demos. I'm not sure if this one does though.
Okay.
Yeah. It might have when it first came out, but I doubt it does now.
It probably, I almost guarantee you it did when it came out on consoles. Because like almost every
Yeah.
live marketplace kind of deal has a short playable demo.
Anybody call us?
Yeah, of course they did. We can do that? We got time for that?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd say we got a good 20 minutes we could do that.
Oh, here's a message from Jon Turley
No.
that says, if no response is received, I will proceed to Tyler's. Welcome, John. I see that you,
I did not get a response.
Right.
Therefore, I am here.
okay. That's all we have.
That's it. Only Jon Turley cared enough.
How are we gonna
Shakespeare.
stretch that?
I guess more celebrities. Let's
Yeah,
Google.
well, let's talk about
who do we
more-
think is dead?
Let's talk about more like late '80s, early '90s.
Burt
sitcoms.
Anyone know if Burt Reynolds
No, I
is still
think he's
alive?
still alive.
I think he's still
still with
alive.
us.
I'm not positive.
I watched an episode.
Maury Amsterdam?
Gene Rayburn. No, Gene Rayburn's definitely dead.
I don't even know that one.
Host of Match Game.
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, wow.
We're going.
Man,
old
I
school.
found out tonight that Richard Dawson was dead.
Kissed a whole lot of ladies. He's dead.
Man, that guy was a fucking pimp.
Yep.
That guy was awesome. And
Dude,
then,
I love
yeah,
Richard
he
Dawson.
also apparently, because I mentioned David Carradine, somebody said something about autoerotic,
Oh, really?
autoerotic asphyxiation and said that, okay, allegedly,
Yes.
Richard Dawson
Thank you.
died of
Wow.
autoerotic asphyxiation.
Really?
As well, and I was
Really?
like, in a way,
allegedly?
kind of makes sense, you know?
Yep,
Like,
yep.
I don't know. That's not how I see him going out.
No, he would choke himself and then have girls come in and just kiss him once, lightly on the mouth.
Okay, now I can get it. I kind of like, I don't know. I kind of feel like he would have gone out like in a syphilitic haze.
Like that fucking guy from Hogan's Heroes. What was his name?
I don't know.
Man.
no. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They made a movie about
I
it.
remember that guy's like now notorious for fucked up sex stuff.
No, I thought you had watched it because I thought Sam Rockwell played him.
He did. You're right. He did.
Oh, you're talking about Chuck Berry, right? Or is that the
oh.
guitarist?
That's the guitarist. It's something
Yeah.
like that, though. It's something like
Yeah, I
that.
know what movie you're talking about. The Gong
Shit.
Show.
The Gong. Yeah.
Yeah. But the guy from
Yeah,
Hogan's
it's Chuck
Heroes,
something.
the guy from Hogan's Heroes also had a movie done about him, about his
no.
sexual wiles.
No, sorry. It's a good thing we threw allegedly in there because Richard Dawson died of complications from esophageal cancer.
From
Somebody,
being choked to death.
Yeah.
somebody gave me some wrong information about Richard Dawson, and I was just completely willing to jump on that train because, yeah. So sorry about that.
Here's a phone call.
Yeah, let's do it.
Motherfucking Tadpog. What's up, guys? Cody here. Had a little different question than I usually do. This is actually about games, all right?
I would have given anything for him to say, they got a little something different for you guys. This question's about Annie Potts.
Wondering if either Dave or Tyler have played the Baldur's Gate Deadly Alliance series for the PS2, and I think it was on the Xbox, original Xbox, and Champions of Norath. It's kind of the same style game, but those games are probably my favorite games because they're just so damn sweet. All right, I'll listen in whenever you play this, like, fucking 4 months down the road. So, Team Cody.
All right, Cody. That's pretty.
Was the question if we had played them?
Yeah.
I have not.
I have not either. I love the Baldur's Gate PC game series. I have never played a Baldur's Gate game that hasn't been on the PC. I'm willing to try it. I mean, you seem to really enjoy it.
I believe it's on our eventually list.
I know the Baldur's Gate, like the PC games are. Because, like, Baldur's Gate, it's Neverwinter on there, Neverwinter Nights.
On the eventually list?
I know Icewind Dale is on the eventually
Icewind Dale
list.
and Baldur's Gate are both on there.
Yeah. And like Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Am, I think that's on there too.
We'll see when we get
I
there.
don't know. Yeah. We'll see eventually. No, I haven't played them, Cody. Jon Turley, you're up getting drunk. Have you played any of these games? I look over and you got a big fucking thing of Makers. Is that Makers?
Now, Fireball. It's that gallon of Fireball that Ashley
that's-
Shake a Fist Puncher fame bought.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad. He bought a fucking lot of whiskey.
He's not in any position to drink it, right? So I mean,
No.
might as well.
Not a lot of it has been consumed. So I was going to do my part, try and help a brother out.
Yeah.
No, I only very briefly played one of the Baldur's Gate games. I can't even remember which one it was. I think it might have been Baldur's Gate.
Going
on
back
PC,
and
yeah.
playing that game is weird.
Back at Apex, back in the day. So I didn't really feel qualified to answer the question, so I thought I would go get a drink.
And you getting up to get a drink is honestly the only reason I wanted to ask you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Thanks for busting me out there.
You're
no
welcome.
one would have known,
Yeah.
Dave.
Oh, they would have known. They would have sensed that Burger Bottom Presence was no longer there.
Hey, that I'm sorry. That brings me to something.
Okay.
I think it was Oathbreaker. Blake Woods made some mention, or somebody on that show made some mention about, shoot, now I'm fucking it up. Something about me being Burger Bottom, and like there was somebody else in the mix too. And I remember thinking, well, no, that would be a sandwich. I would not be the meat in the sandwich. I'm obviously the Burger Bottoms.
You'd be a Big Mac. Big Mac's got an extra bun in there, right? There can be two bottoms.
Yeah, but then you're going to need 5 people. I mean, come on.
We can do that.
Then you got a truck blast on your hands.
Call back.
Full fucking circle.
All right, we got a call here. I'm interested to get to this one because this is from 270, which is our local area code, which means it might be Taryn. It might be, but I don't know.
Hope so.
Hey, Tyler, this is Scotty Anderson. I actually just listened to my first episode of TADPOG. I'm pretty good friends with your brother Ryan. He sent me
There you
a
go.
link a couple of days ago about the episode that he was on, and I listened to it. It sounded like you guys had a blast with it, for real. I was over here laughing. I was actually very aware of the big fat cock of Don that he was talking about his dad, or his buddy's dad, if I should say. And I was just sitting here rolling on the couch. But I was just calling to see how y'all possibly did this guest thing, because, I didn't know if it was, people that you knew or anything like that. But, it sounds like something that could be a lot of fun. And I've experienced a couple wild things in my life, and I think that there's some decent potential for us to possibly have a pretty funny episode. If you're more interested, and you're down, you can ask Ryan about me, stuff like that. My number's 27.
Nope.
We'll go ahead and stop that
You
one.
gotta cut that, man. Google Translate then says, "Thank you, man. Bye." So this was not a question for me. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scotty.
Thanks, Scotty, for not mentioning me in this fucking call.
You've got a connection to Ryan. Get familiar with Tadpog so you can pass our quizzes, and then we'll have you and Ryan on the show. Sounds good to me. Talk about the fat cock of Don. It's fine.
Sounds fine to me, but doesn't fucking matter. No one asked. John, what do you think? No one asked you either.
Yeah, but my initial's not in the title, so. Oh, that was something.
That was a good call. I like it when someone calls in and be like, I know that big fat cock you guys are talking about. Let's see. We got a text message here. This is from 614 who says, Fuggin' Tadpog, poop shoot. TMN. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, just a little context.
I'm just fucking.
Man,
with
you were just.
I'm sorry. I'm laser pinpoint accuracy.
What did I do to you?
You did. I just haven't seen you in so long that like. I don't know. It does come from a place of love. I promise.
Oh well, that's good. I appreciate that. I've had a little bit of a cold, so coughing a little bit.
Keep that shit to yourself, man.
I'm trying. Man. You saw the cough into the elbow.
You did the Dracula thing. Yeah, I know.
I was trying to.
I know. It's okay.
I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay. TMN Doug here, stealing shit from Fish Lips J/Cody. Would you rather partake? Oh, I'm sorry. Would you rather partake in some hardcore S&M with Venus de Milo (parentheses female Ninja Turtle)? We know.
Or the statue.
Or complete a sort of boss gauntlet involving the kinkiest fantasies of all the Golden Girls. Man, this ain't even a question.
Oh, I'm going straight Golden Girls.
You gotta go
Fuck
Golden
yeah.
Girls.
Fuck yeah.
John, what do you think?
Oh, I think Ruth's gonna not Ruth.
Rose.
Rose, yeah, Rose is gonna take it to you.
Yeah, okay. So we're all, it's unanimous.
Rose, yeah.
All right. Golden Girls.
Wait, no. I'm sorry. My Golden Girl is all fucked up. No, Blanche, man. Blanche is gonna hit you with it hard.
See, but here's the thing. Rose has had more sex than all of them.
Yeah, but that's because she's like 1,000 years old.
Well, that's because I remember that episode where they talked about Rose and her husband before he died. Every year they were married forever, and every day except one day in their entire marriage they had sex every single day.
Holy shit!
And Blanche was fucking blown away that Rose had that much sex that consistently.
She'd never seen The Perfect Marriage before.
Yeah, for real. Fucking here's the Rose.
Yes, Meg and Nikki, they had never seen The Perfect Marriage before.
Wait, you said they missed a day, right?
You get one. You get one mulligan.
No, was not a perfect wedding then. Sorry. Try again. Thanks for calling.
I've never seen the female Ninja Turtle.
She's a Ninja Turtle.
She's got a sky blue.
When did she come around? Like when did
a live
that
action
even
90s
happen?
show.
I think it was like late 90s, early 2000s kind of deal, right? Yeah.
She had a slightly feminine turtle build.
Slightly.
Did she have
She
like?
looked like a WNBA player.
Well, yeah. I was wondering, like, did the shell like have boobs?
It had
in
a
it?
little curvature to it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Female turtles.
What was the name of the actress who played Telly in Salute Your Shorts?
Oh, I don't know.
Was that also Venus de Milo?
What? Was it?
I want to say possibly.
You are fucking blowing my mind here, man. All right, we got to Google this.
Wait,
I think her name was at
wait.
least Venus something.
Hold on. Venus de Milo was a sculpture.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
She is an object.
see.
I was
She is an object,
That's
John.
kind of shitty, isn't it?
The male turtles are all artists, John.
Right,
And the
okay.
female turtle is an object. I don't know how this fucking...
Much like in reality.
That's according to the Gospel of Jon Turley.
No. That's allegedly.
Tadpog does not endorse
And Josh Nance,
Man,
whenever he said that one time, like,
fucking
you have to wait till the girl owes you sex. Like, no, Josh. A girl never owes you sex.
I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what he
It
said.
was pretty close because he
we're-
turned very crimson when I corrected him.
So thanks for calling. I feel like you hit on like a lot of the key points. You hit on Ninja Turtles, which we ask for all the time, and Golden Girls all the time, and it was a question. So you nailed it.
And it was sexual in nature. So good job,
You're
Doug.
right.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's see. We've got
You're only missing Bailey J for the hat trick. So.
we've got a call from 503. Google Translate says, "Hey guys, it's Phil." Let's see if it's actually Phil.
Hey guys, it's Phil. So the Fantasy Football League was talking hottest TV moms the other day, and we thought the conversation was probably best to be discussed on the air.
Yep.
So who are your top 5
Oh, I can't.
TV moms? figure feel free to set any parameters you want.
Tyler's
If I had to pick
immediately
my top
writing
five,
down,
I'd
Phil.
probably limit myself to the 90s. So, in no particular order, Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince,
Which Aunt Viv? That's
Jill
important.
Taylor from Full House. Home Improvement. Full House. Aunt Becky, she's on there too.
Yeah.
The mom from Step by Step, I'm not sure what her name is. Susan Summers played her, but
There you go.
that's kind of the best I can come up with. Maybe Peggy Bundy to round it out. I don't know, but I trust you guys can come up with a good list on the fly. So yeah, that's it. Oh, do you know who's on the list? It's fucking Roseanne, because that shit's gross. Tyler. Yeah, take it easy. Keep up the good work, and yep.
Thanks, Phil. That was an awesome call. That's an awesome fucking question.
That's a really good question.
I'm not prepared for. What I love is like Tyler immediately, like I saw his eyes get wide and like he picked up a pen and just started like scribbling.
Patricia Heaton.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck.
I was going to go there.
And
Yeah,
everybody
Patricia
loves
Heaton.
Raymond. Not the middle. She's gross looking in the middle.
I don't think
but
she's gross looking in the middle. I
don't think
at
she's
the-
gross
not
looking.
At
nearly
the start,
as good looking.
well,
as
she's
is
supposed to
in-
be homely a little bit in
Well,
the
yeah,
middle.
yeah, they want her.
She wasn't in the
that
beginning.
character.
They made her evolve and up being homely. She was still a little bit of Deborah
right
at the beginning
right,
of the
yeah.
middle.
No,
but
she's
like
definitely.
her, everybody loves Raymond. Fuck.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
she's adorable, and everybody loves Raymond. But my favorite, and I whispered it to you.
Yeah.
You wrote
And
it
I
down
agree
there.
with you.
My favorite, absolute favorite, hottest TV mom is the woman, I can't think of her fucking name, that played Lorelai Gilmore on the Gilmore Girls.
Oh,
Outside of anybody that listens to this podcast, I will never admit to watching that show.
I think we've
I
actually
own
talked about
all 7 seasons on DVD.
It's a really good
It's
show.
a good, it's a
really
fucking
good
fantastic show.
Yeah.
Anybody who says different is wrong. It's awesome.
I like you. I like that you're militant about that shit.
Just
Gilmore
proud.
Girls.
He's just proud.
Yeah.
No, she's man.
I bet I spent $100 on all those DVDs.
Something Graham. Seems like
Lauren Graham.
Lauren Graham. Oh man, that woman.
Anna Faris has a show called Mom, in which I think Anna Faris is very attractive.
Yeah.
I might put her up there.
She's going to be a great Slimer.
Peggy Bundy,
Katie Seagal.
Katie Seagal.
Right.
I also think Christina Applegate.
Yeah.
Because she's
Yeah.
played a mom in 2 sitcoms now.
Yeah.
Has she?
That I can think
Oh,
of,
wow.
yeah.
Are they short-lived or?
Jesse was 1 or 2 seasons, and then that show with Will Arnett was so fucking good. But it got
Oh yeah, Parenthood.
Parenthood.
Wasn't it Parenthood?
not Parenthood.
I think it's
Lauren Graham is in Parenthood.
Oh, okay, that's right.
It's her, Will Arnett, that show, and Maya Rudolph. They were all in it together, and then I think they basically quit, and it get canceled. They just all decided to quit. It was
Yeah.
it was so good though.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I need to like make up a list. I can't do this on the fly though, but I
We
know.
gotta do it on the fly. He nailed it with
Patricia
Becky.
Heaton. Oh.
No, well, Phil nailed it with Becky from Full House.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But she had kids.
Yeah,
in the
she
show
did.
with John
Twins.
Stamos'
Yep.
character. So yeah, she's in there. Shoot, man, I'm trying to think of some of the.
I need to know which Aunt Viv you're talking about. That's important.
Well, I can only think
Who
of
was
the one
Little,
Aunt
Little
Viv.
Richie's mom in Family Matters?
Oh God, I can't remember her
I thought she
name.
was
I know
pretty
who you're
hot.
talking about. Yeah, she was pretty hot. She was a hot mom.
The only Aunt Viv I can think of is Fresh Prince.
No, there were
They had
2
two of
actors. Yeah, they switched, and there's actually a
they
great.
pulled a Becky 2 type thing.
Yeah, and they reference it, which is awesome. I love it when shows do that.
Sarah Chalk has a baby close to the end of Scrubs, or she does in the new
Yeah.
season. So Sarah Chalk counts.
Yeah,
Sarah
yeah,
Chalk.
that's-
Fucking Sarah Chalk.
I know. I feel like that's a stretch.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
is also in How I Met Your Mother. She has a kid.
you're right. She does have a kid.
Her
in How I
character
Met Your
Stella
Mother.
has a kid,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I have.
Fair.
and also Lily. I forget her character's name.
Oh,
Lily is also Allison Hannigan.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, if she
Well, by
counts,
that-
she's on my freaking list for sure.
Pale redhead on John's
Yeah,
list.
yeah, she's.
Well, by
she's-
that-
John and I only email each other nude pictures of like gingers. There's no correspondence. It's just pictures.
I would think you were joking, except John is laughing and completely giving himself away. Christina Miller,
No, I don't do that.
Oh yeah,
she's got a kid in Scrubs.
that's true. And in Cougar Town,
And I think she is extremely attractive.
Rachel
who's-
Green has a kid in Friends at the
Yeah,
end.
there you go.
So Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, Yeah, I do like Jennifer Aniston.
But I think they're probably thinking like,
Yeah, you got to think of the mom in the show.
the
though,
sitcom is
really.
built around the character
Yeah,
being
I think
a mom.
Phil is looking for something maybe a little different. Oh,
So
well.
Patricia
that's what
Heaton,
we got.
Lorelai Gilmore. I think those are your top. Lauren Graham and Patricia Heaton. Those are from top tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about this enough. I'm sitting here like,
I know, like I feel like
Thinking-
I'm missing
where it's
a
like,
lot.
well, there's
Like,
plenty of them that I wouldn't fucking kick out of bed, but like I got to put them on a list.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a lot though.
That's probably pretty good to go out
yeah.
on.
Yeah, my battery's in the red. So
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. So you'll miss the next episode. We'll be talking about Beyond Oasis for the Sega Genesis, thanks to the Eventually list.
Awesome. How many Sega games have you guys done?
Is that it? Yeah,
Zero.
I think Beyond Oasis is
Number
the first
fucking
one.
Sega game. Yeah,
We've had Beyond Toe
first
Jam and
Sega
Earl
game.
were requested. That's
Yeah.
Genesis.
And we've played some games on the SNES list that were
Like
also
Earthworm
Genesis
Jim,
games,
yeah.
but I don't
Right,
count
but-
that.
Anything that's strictly Genesis. Yeah, this would be the first.
Wow.
You know what still helps us out so much is 5-star written
Truck
iTunes
Blast.
reviews.
Oh,
Truck
right.
Blast help us out so much.
That too.
Dave and I each every night we have 2 trucks. We go and lay in it and just wish nothing ever happens.
You're just
though.
bragging. Your
You
neighbor.
got anything, Dave? No.
Yeah. The closest we've got is your neighbor on the hover round.
Firing those rounds at our face.
I was genuinely worried about you on that episode. I was like,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
I hope
good.
Dave doesn't get shot.
So that helps us out. If you the biggest marketplace still helps us out tremendously to reach new viewers. So listeners. They don't really view us. So that's fair.
They can if they want.
Man, Josh
that's
is gonna
behind the
burn
paywall.
you on that so hard.
Yeah.
Next time he's on.
Yeah. Man, we'll just edit it out.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. We can't have Josh fucking with you.
that's true. That's one rule.
Yeah.
Poor Josh.
So yeah. So if there's a game you want us to play or a guest host you want on a certain episode, just include those in your written 5-star review, and we promise we will get to it. It should be sooner rather than later now, but eventually.
Damn, throwing a curveball.
Man,
Throwing an old Patricia Heaton at us. Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about stuff. We're going to be talking about Beyond Oasis. Maybe. Maybe we'll just treat it like Mark of the Ninja. Just not.
That guy has a sword. What do you think about sword games? Pretty good.
In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. You can find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. You can find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Thank you for everybody who is tweeting at us and retweeting the things that we say. That's wonderful. It always makes my day brighter when you do that. You can call us if you want. If you want to do that, feel free. You can call us, keep it under 3 minutes. Try to get that hat trick where you let Golden Girls, Ninja Turtles, pornography hat trick or Bailey J. You can mix it up. It's like path. You choose your ninja path. Are you a Bailey J ninja or are you a Golden Girls ninja?
They're two very different paths.
I bet Bailey J might have the perfect marriage.
Something to think about.
that depends on how you define perfect, maybe.
We clearly define perfect marriage as having sex, Bailey.
Yes, yeah.
Whether you're getting fucked or I'm the fucking, whichever.
It doesn't matter.
Somebody's fucking every day.
Seriously, though, on like a super serious note, we need to register truckblast.com before someone takes that shit.
Oh, man. Is that available?
Well, we'll find out after the show.
Okay.
Did I forget anything? Did I forget something?
Our theme song.
No, I didn't forget that. That's just not my thing.
Okay. John, our theme song.
I believe it's Moves
By whom?
by Sycamore Drive.
Where can people find a track to that?
In the show notes.
Where is that?
At tadpog.com.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
On the internets.
I don't think I gave our phone number. I think that's what I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah?
it's-
Okay, do it now.
You call us. 270-883-2555.
Yeah.
Again, that number is 270-883-2555.
Damn, man. You're going to be the new phone number guy if you're not careful.
I have to. I have to do that all day long because it infuriates me.
You tell people our phone number all day long.
No,
I'm very
unfortunately,
impressed.
I have to tell people my phone number at work. But it infuriates me when I get a voicemail and I'm like, and somebody will just like spit that number out just super fast. And I'm like trying to write it down. I'm like, fuck, I didn't get the last two numbers.
Yeah.
And then I have to go back and listen to their 3-minute fucking voicemail again, you know? And it's like, son of a bitch. So every time I leave somebody a voicemail, I say my number twice. And the second time, and the first time I don't really think about it and I usually kind of speed through it.
Yeah.
And the second time I'm like really deliberate about it. Cause I'm like, no. I understand you're probably fucking writing this down. So go slow. So
Once again, this is John. My phone number. I hope you're like just excruciating. Like just being an asshole about it.
7. Yeah.
Or you're like one of those like spy radio stations, just a number station.
This is Jonathan McTurley. Well, actually, it was McTurley, but it was changed at Ellis Island to Turley. But you can reach me at...
Yeah. So anyway, that's the number. Call it.
All right.
How you want to close this out? I have sort of an idea.
What is it?
We have to close it out like Annie Potts would.
Man, you read my mind. You read my mind.
That's twice today.
Okay, let me try to think how I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it's a tough word to do in Annie Potts voice.
Can we just choose our favorite Annie Potts character?
Yep.
Go with that?
Yep.
Okay.
So until next time,
We were all Janine.
Yep. You need a pretty face to jerk off.
Yes,
You're gonna watch porn.
absolutely.
Like, Blake is the same way. Like a pretty face is more important to him to a body. I can jerk off to a girl with like a busted face but an awesome body.
I can't. Well, I can, but it depends on what's going on. Like, it just depends what's going on. I'll just put it that way. If some weird shit is going on, then I'm down.